Hello, everyone, reporting live here from California, Pennsylvania on this wonderful winter Wednesday here from the Convocation Center, where we have a PSAC West matchup between the Clarion Golden Eagles and your California Vulcans. My name is Jonathan Sape. Joining me here soon after he finishes his dinner is my good friend Hunter Garman. We will be taking you through today's action, and it's going to be just a great game overall. Two teams tightly contested, both teams a part of the Penn West franchise here, both schools, 2 out of the 3 campuses, and maybe a little bit of a rivalry brewing so we can get into the starting lineups for both sides, starting with the visiting Golden Eagles, starting number 1, Justice Easter, the 6'5" junior guard from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, a graduate of Central Dauphin, someone that Hunter Garman will talk about here shortly. Number 2, Cam Kearney, the 6'6" junior guard from Virginia Beach, graduate of Salem High School. And up next, number 4, Trey Nelson, the 6' junior guard from Gainesville, Virginia. Up next, number 13, Josiah Howe, the 6'8" freshman forward from Charlotte, North Carolina. And finally, rounding out the 5, number 14, Gavin Code, the 6'5" redshirted sophomore guard from Venetia, Pennsylvania, graduate of Peters Township. A bit more of a local lad here. And then the starting 5 for your California Vulcans, the same one from the last couple of starts and the last couple of wins here for California. Number 1, Cam Polak, the 6'2" redshirted junior guard from West Homestead, Pennsylvania. Up next, number 12, Jordan Buchanan, the 6'4" freshman guard/forward from Pensacola, Florida, graduate of Robert A. Taft High School in Ohio. Up next, number 20, Dalman Alexander, the 6'8" sophomore forward from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And finally, number 22, Cade Hanna, the 6'4" senior forward from Murraysville, PA, rounds out the 5 for the Vulcans. Danny Sankum, the head coach for California in his 7th season in charge. For the Golden Eagles, Damian Pitts in his 7th season in charge of the Golden Eagles. We're having a bit of technical difficulties here to start out with some of our headsets. I was talking, Hunter couldn't hear me, and I think we've got everything figured out and underway. Hunter Garman, how you doing today? Yeah, game 2 of today's doubleheader, where I saw the Vulcans get a game 1 victory in the women's matchup. Looking for the same thing here in game number 2. And it's in a matchup favoring the Vulcans in recent years, California getting on the better end of that. But anything can happen as both teams sitting highly contested in the PSAC ranks. California 9-8 overall, 4-5 in conference play. Clarion 8-7, 3-6 in conference play. So we're in for one heck of a matchup. The Vulcans in the home whites going left to right in this first half. Clarion in the visiting blue and gold going from right to left. It'll be Alexander and Kearney in the center circle here for the Eagles, and the Golden Eagles, won the opening tip, and it will be Clarion the first possession of the game. Nelson on the near side. Back up top to Dow. Easter crossover pass over to Nelson on the near side, driving inside corner. 3 ball way off the mark from the Golden Eagles, and California get a nice defensive stop. Polak's shot is blocked. Trying to recover, gets tipped out of bounds. It will be Clarion basketball. Yeah, a bit jittery from myself. I apologize. I just came back from an audition about 20 minutes ago as a 3-ball inside from Kearney. The Golden Eagles on top to start 3-0, 19 minutes to go here in the first half. Alexander underneath finds Buchanan on the outside. Little shimmy working inside, trying to dump it off to Alexander. Tipped and stolen away by the Golden Eagles. Now in transition. Cross-court pass finds Easter. Back up top is Howe. Deep three ball that time off the mark. And a fight for the rebound. It's going to end up falling all around the court. A loose ball. Someone's got to come up with it. California on top of it. And jump ball called as Caden Hanna was swarmed underneath the basket. It was a couple of Golden Eagles underneath Easter and Howe. Possession arrow favoring California will be their ball. California looking for their first basket of the game. It's Alexander on the near side wing. Finds Polak in the corner, your PSAC Athlete of the Week. And the give and go to Alexander. Stolen away. Another turnover early on, number 2 for the Vulcans in the opening couple of minutes. Nelson conducting the offense here for the Golden Eagles. Gets it back up top to Easter. Easter picks up his dribble, passes it back out to Nelson. 10 on the shot clock here for the Golden Eagles. Nelson inside, finds Hal driving. Pass back out. 3 ball underway from Coate. He's able to get that one to go. Gavin Cody, able to get that one to go, and Clarion off to a 6-0 start. California sharpshooter Polak off the mark. Alexander offensive board, and the Vulcans find themselves on the board. Dalman Alexander, your PSAC West Defensive Athlete of the Week, with a key offensive board there and the putback. California down by 4, 6-2, 17-13 remaining here in the first half. Howe pirouetting just outside the three-point line. Cody for 3. Off the mark. Buchanan grabs the board. The Don with the floater inside, able to get to his spot. In transition, the three-pointer is good from Howe. 3 three-pointers here for Clarion to start off. 9-4 the lead, 16:37 remaining here in the first half. Some of the Vulcans can't leave open as the mid-range jumper that time from the Don connects, and he's been on a bit of a scoring hot streak here for the Vulcans in the last couple of games. His 4 points now for him. Cuts the lead back down to 3. Easter on the near side. Guarded by Buchanan. Finds Cody. Three-pointer for the Golden Eagles off the mark by Nelson. Another rebound for Alexander. Whitehead in transition. Loses a hand on it. Looks like he got poked out of his arms. Clarion now in transition. Another turnover by the Vulcans in the opening couple of minutes. It's Easter, or Kearney up top, loses it. Hanna able to keep that one in for the Vulcans. California 4-on-3 the other way. Alexander in transition. Buchanan corner 3-ball. Connects from Jordan Buchanan, his first basket of the game. Things all square at 9. The freshman stepping up big in his minutes here for the Vulcans. A straight pass, but Easter is able to collect it. A three-pointer in response from Cody. Off the mark, no good. Whitehead with the rebound. Just over 15 minutes to play. Whitehead from the mid-range off the mark, but fouled, and the Don is going to make his way to the line to shoot a pair after this media timeout. With 15:02 remaining, 9-9 is the score. What have you seen in the first couple of minutes here, Hunter? Yeah, one of the better ones on this Vulcan team. And like I mentioned earlier, we can take a look at the California stat leaders, and you're going to see a lot of Donald Whitehead Jr., him and Dalman Alexander leading in almost every respectable category here for the Vulcans. And they've kind of come into their own. They started off winning 7 in a row, then lost 7 on the bounce, and been kind of going back and forth, and the last two games against Slippery Rock and against Seton Hill over the weekend have really started to get back into the winning rhythm that the Vulcans have been accustomed to the last couple of seasons. After the media timeout, Whitehead heads to the line. The Vulcans able to get back into that groove like we talked about offensively. Really struggled during that losing stretch, but the last couple of games have been able to knock down their shots. 4 for 6 to start this game, but had the 3 turnovers, a little bit of those early game jitters. Whitehead at the line, already 4 points in the game, has a chance to give the Vulcans their first lead of the match here from the free throw line. And a rare miss from Whitehead as he rims out the first. We have faith in the Don here at CUTV. Second free throw attempt from Whitehead, up and in. He connects. 10-9 the score. California with the lead. 15:02 remaining here in the first half of play. The foul that time was on Nelson. It's his first, the first one of the game for either side. Easter dumps it down in the post to Kearney. Kearney up against Hannah. Hannah, nice active hands, able to poke that one away, but Kearney able to reclaim it. 10 on the shot clock here for the Golden Eagles. Nelson passes it off to Cody. Drive into the lane from Easter, and Easter lost a handle on it, but a whistle blown. The referee underneath looked like he was signaling a foul, but the referee on the near side said it came off of Easter, out of bounds. Will be California basketball. Second turnover of the half here for the Golden Eagles. Polak on the near side. Hannah up top. Looked like he wanted to throw that lob to Alexander, but Alexander not on the same page. Nice pick and roll. Polak near side three-pointer, and Cam Polak connects. The PSAC West Athlete of the Week, just been on an absolute tear against Slippery Rock and Seton Hill, picking up where he left off. First three-pointer of the game here for Polak. Kearney inside, spinning and winning, and able to connect that time. The Vulcans with a 2-point lead. Kearney 5 points now on the afternoon. Polak quickly guarded that time by Easter. Lob up top, and everything waved off as a foul on the floor. Maybe the Vulcans catch a bit of a break, as that time the lob from Hannah not quite on the mark. Nelson will pick up his second foul, and for that he will be checking out of the game. Into the game will be number 5, Kendon Peebles. Check in for the first time. Whitehead. Alexander up top, handoff. Polak, just enough room. Three-pointer, short. Nice follow-up from Buchanan. Layup attempt no good in a fight for the board. It's going to end up in the hands of the Golden Eagles, and a foul on the floor. Vulcans not unable to capitalize on the second chance opportunity, and Dalman Alexander pick up his first, the team's first of the half. Cody will check back in, and the two substitutions for the Golden Eagles. Kendon Peebles, the 6'5" junior guard from Hampton, Virginia, in the game. Like you said, number 33, Traden Gray, the 6'9" senior forward from Frewsburg, New York. Shot off the mark. Offensive board from Gray. And a fight for the second rebound as there was a miss by Gray. California able to grab it. Whitehead in transition. Takes it all himself. It gets blocked away that time. Cam Kearney following up, able to knock that one out of bounds. Whitehead Finds Polak near side, three-pointer for Cam. Cam connects, another three ball from Polak. 6 points now, and the Californian with a 5-point lead. Feed the hot hand as Trayton Gray, three-pointer off the mark. Buchanan grabs the rebound. He's able to take it past the timeline. Alexander pass off. Alexander for three, way off the mark after the dish from Whitehead. A couple of ugly three-pointer attempts from both sides early on in this one. Kearney takes one himself, is able to connect, cuts it down to 2. 8 points now for Kearney. And an offensive foul on the floor as Polak was trying to wiggle his way around the screen. I believe it will be Alexander picking up his second. Because of that, he's going to check out of the game. Into the game, number 5, Keandre DeShields, the 6'3" freshman guard from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, check in for the first time. An awkward bounce that time, and the Vulcans come up with it. As DeShields is able to rip that one away. Polak in transition, pump fake, driving into the lane, pass off. Whitehead, three-pointer. And the Don connects again. 8 points now for Whitehead. The two-headed Hydra. You don't want to leave either one of them open. The three-point attempt from Clarion, no good. Offensive board underneath by Gray. Clarion bring it back out. Easter finds Gray. Second chance three-pointer. That one way off the mark. 3-on-2 the other way. Up ahead to Shields. Keeps it himself off the glass and in. And Keandre gets his first bucket of the game. Vulcans balloon their lead up to 7. 21-14. 10:58 remaining here in the first half. Polak nearly steals that one away from Peebles as he works himself into the lane. Left-handed shot off the glass, no good, and another offensive rebound from the Golden Eagles. And a nice mid-range jumper from Kearney, who's able to connect. 10 points already for Cam. Buchanan wide open, his three-pointer off the mark. And a fight for their own rebound, and the slam by DeShields. Four points now for DeShields. A grown man's jam at that. 23-16 the score. Nice spin move into the lane. Can't quite finish that time as Cody. He was able to get by Hannah. Polak now in transition. Hesitation driving into the lane. Takes the contact, throws it up, no good. And another rebound by Gray. I mean, he's only been there for a couple of minutes. He's collected himself a couple. Easter on the near side, just trying to knock down this Vulcan lead. Gray brings it back up top, handoff. Easter now. Cody guarded by Hannah. 8 on the shot clock here for the Golden Eagles. Kearney down in the post, just trying to face up Polak. His shot off the mark, no good. California grab their board. Whitehead in transition, the three ball spins in and out, no good. I think the roof would have come off the place if he was able to knock that one down. Peebles in transition for 3 off the mark. And another offensive rebound, and the putback from Kearney is good. Number 4 on the afternoon here for the Golden Eagles. DeShields three-pointer off the mark, touched out of bounds that time by Hannah, who was trying to grab the offensive board for California. Ends up going out of bounds, and that'll take us to our second media timeout. 8:50 remaining here in the first half. California 23, Clarion 18, and California still impressive from the field in this opening couple of minutes. While we have a second, we can take a look at the Clarion Golden Eagles stat leaders. It's a nice spread across the board. Kearney over 21 points a game, one of the leaders here in the PSAC. You see a lot of Kearney leading in rebounds, and then Nelson leading the rest of the way. That backcourt duo for the Golden Eagles has been one of their bright spots this season. I think you sounded pretty good there. All thoughts and prayers go to Coach Pitts. Hopefully, like you said, everything's all right with him, and he's able to recover in health and make his way back to the sideline to coach here for the Golden Eagles, who have started to bounce back. The last couple of seasons have been a big struggle for Clarion, but this season, winning record so far, 8-7, still looking to try to climb that ladder in the PSAC West. And I want to say I said the last game a couple of times that we're early on in the season, but I mean it's already January, almost the end of January. We're starting to get well into the thick of the PSAC West play. Peebles passes it off to Easter, driving into the lane, loses a handle on it. Eli Brooks, the sophomore who just checked in for the Vulcans, comes up with the basketball. California, Whitehead past the timeline. Polak near side. Nice space creation from Polak, and is able to connect once again. Cam Polak, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. 9 points now for Cam. Polak so good at just able to create his own shot off the bounce. Kearney on the near side, posting up against Polak, spinning baseline off the glass, no good. Able to grab his own board and loses it. I think it was DeShields who got a piece of it underneath, ends up out of bounds off the Vulcans. And that'll take us to another media timeout with 7:56 remaining here in the first half. California 26, Clarion 18. We can take a look at the PSAC West standings, and there's a bit of a log jam towards the bottom. Gannon up top, nationally ranked, followed closely by Slippery Rock, who the Vulcans were able to get a win off of early on or last week. Behind them, Edinboro, California, UPJ, IUP, Seton Hill, and then Clarion at the bottom. All of those teams very, very closely contested in the PSAC West, and like I said, just one game is all it takes for you to climb up the ladder. And the Vulcans have another close matchup this weekend against UPJ on Saturday. The team trailing just behind them in the conference standings. And, I mean, every win's always important anytime throughout the season, but especially now inside of West Conference play. Like you mentioned, just any one win. If you get one win here, you knock somebody else down, and California was able to play spoiler last week against Slippery Rock and Seton Hill, just two teams just ahead of them in the conference, able to get a win in both of those games. And what we talked about, looks like they're finally starting to get back into their groove. Cody, top of the key, pass it off. Kearney driving inside, fouled on the floor, a hard foul. DeShields got a piece of him, and DeShields just trying to grab that basketball. And Kearney in this match already 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 for 8 from the field, and 2 for 2 from behind the arc. I mean, he's been lights out here for the Golden Eagles.
I mean, he's been showing why he's averaged 21, almost 22 points a game for the Golden Eagles.
Before the shots go up, trying to clean up the floor. couple of players hit the deck pretty hard, and all of them pretty intensely working out there. Got to make sure the floor is all dry to make sure no one's slipping and falling, getting hurt. The bit of a break may have been a detriment to Kearney, who unable to knock down the first. Second shot from Kearney. The Vulcan band, pep band here in attendance, trying to get into his head, unable to do it that time. Knocks down the second. Lead back down to 7 here for California, 26-19, 7:43 remaining here in the first half. Polak hesitation, pass off to Shields, top of the key, back out Polak. Gets it out to Whitehead, 12 on the shot clock for the Vulcans to work with. Calling over Brooks. Whitehead splits the double team, send his way, floater attempt no good, and offensive board from DeShields, put back no good. And Kearney strongly and emphatically grabbing the rebound there for Clarion. Easter driving into the lane. The mid-range 2 no good to Shields. Another highly contested rebound as Kearney breathing down his neck. Vulcans in transition to Shields. Mid-range contested. Can't quite get that one to go. Some great defense that time from DeShields. And a bit of a disagreement between the referees, as the one referee signaled it was California basketball, but overruled. It will be Clarion ball. Substitution, Trey Nelson comes back in, sitting on 2 fouls here in this first half, and maybe something the Vulcans can exploit on the offensive side of things. Nelson to inbound. Gets it into Easter, 17 on the shot clock. Dumps it into the post. Josiah Howell looking to go to work up against Brooks, botting him inside off the mark. Whitehead with the board, throws it up ahead to DeShields, who's able to run it down, nearly runs out of room, finds Brooks on the cut, and a goaltending call as Howell tried to swat that one away, and Eli Brooks gets himself on the board here in this one. A nice job that time. Great job that time from Brooks, just running the floor, not giving up. The ball on its way down. Nelson now into the lane, pass off Kearney, pump fake into the lane, floater attempt, and a blocking foul from California. So Cam Kearney will make his way back to the line as a couple of Vulcans underneath the basket couldn't quite get set. That'll go against Eli Brooks, the last basket for the Vulcans, the 6'7" sophomore forward from Glasgow, Kentucky. The Vulcans pick up their fourth, and Kearney back to the line, 1 for 2 in his first trip. Able to knock down the first. Brings it back to an 8-point game, 28-20, 6:05 remaining. Kearney 14 points out of the 20 for Clarion. I mean, he's really taking the offensive load. 15 now for him, 21 for the Golden Eagles. Just under 6 to play here in the first half. Brooks finds the Shields up top. He's able to find Polak. Polak driving into the lane, up, under, and in. Nice finish from Cam Polak. 11 points now for him, and the Vulcans with a 9-point lead. Three-pointer off the mark. Vulcans able to grab the rebound. Polak up ahead in transition. Able to just bring it into the mid-range. Finds his spot, and Polak connects once more. And the Golden Eagles will take a timeout with 5:33 remaining. Polak's been on a tear. 13 for him. The Vulcans up by 11. 32-21 the score. Yeah, Polak last season missed all but one game where he only played a couple of minutes due to a wrist injury, and he was one that the Vulcans sorely missed last year and are really glad to see make their way back to the court this season, as he's been one of the Vulcans' shining stars. And like I mentioned a couple of times before, the PSAC West Athlete of the Week, 26 points per game last week, shooting 59% from the field. Polak was a force to be reckoned with the last couple of games. He's starting to pick it up where he's left it off. 13 points, 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. And after the timeout, the Golden Eagles in possession. Howe. Near side to Peebles. Back up top to Nelson. Dumped down into the post. Howe trying to face him up. Back out to Nelson. 10 on the shot clock. Nelson trying to create some space. Has to pass it off. Little give and go. Three-pointer from Nelson. Another ugly shot as that one's off the mark. And DeShields just trying to rip it away. Will be Clarion basketball as it comes off DeShields last. And Golden Eagles get a fresh shot clock, 29. Eastern Nelson, a bit of a miscommunication. Nelson all alone, and the Vulcans, I think Coach Danny Sankum is happy that the Golden Eagles missed that one. Nice crossover from Whitehead. Fouled right around the free throw line, and the Don will make his way back. Yeah, we talked about it in the last couple of games where you see him on the Danny Sankum show. Quick little plug shout out as Whitehead makes the first. Very soft-spoken, very, very well-mannered. Seemed like a very, very nice conversational guy. Then when you get him to the court, it's a different beast. You know, he's just you got Bruce Banner and you got the Hulk. You know, as Whitehead makes both. I think I compared him to Jekyll and Hyde last time. You know, got to go through two sides of the same coin as Whitehead makes the pair. The Vulcans up by 13 now, 34-21. Kearney on the near side, pump fake, driving into the lane, just trying to play some bully ball. That time off the mark to Shields, good defense, and grabs the rebound. 10 points for Whitehead, 13 for Polak, 34 for California. Whitehead to Shields, three-pointer. Too strong, offensive board by Hanna. Dumps it off to DeShields inside, tried to draw some contact. And a foul called on the floor. Up against Cam Kearney, pick up his first. Be the fourth of the half for the Golden Eagles. Looks like they've changed their mind. It will be DeShields heading to the line as looks like the one referee signaling on the floor, but we'll say we'll be in the shooting motion. Keandre DeShields now at the line for the first time in this one. 4 points for him to go along with 4 rebounds and 1 assist so far as he's able to knock down the first. He makes both there. California with their biggest lead of the night. 15 points, 36-21 the score. Peebles gets it over to Howe. Around the ring, Peebles driving inside, and a charge taken. Eli Brooks taking the brunt of it. You got to have someone willing to do the dirty work for you in that time. Like I said, just beautifully executed, able to get inside early, able to set his feet, and able to take the charge. Peebles will pick up his first foul. California with the basketball now under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 36-21 the score. Hanna gets it over to DeShields. Shields looking to go to work. Pass off. A little bit too fancy. Just tried to no-look and just threw a bullet inside, and Hanna couldn't pull that one in, and that'll take us to immediate timeout with 3:46 remaining. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and Cablecast. Don't go anywhere.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinburgh, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
The Vulcan band maybe a little preemptively playing Sweet Caroline, but California up by 15. I think the band maybe thinks they already got it in the bag. 36-21 the score, 3:46 remaining here in the first half. John Sape, Hunter Garman with you. And Hunter, it's been a pretty dominating first half here for the Vulcans. Yeah, it's been the Cam Kearney show here for the Golden Eagles. 15 points for him, 5 for 9 from the field. The rest of the team combined 2 for 19 from the field. Just isn't going to get it done here. The rest of the team needs to start to pull their weight here if they want any say in this one. And after the immediate timeout, it is Easter passes it off to Peebles in the corner for 3, and he's able to connect. His first basket of the game. Cuts the lead back down to 12 here for the Vulcans, 36-24, 3:20 left to play. Whitehead's pass is tipped, and Josiah Howe nearly just gave the Vulcans a free basket as he was trying to keep that one in bounds, but ended up out of bounds. Will be California ball. Whitehead to inbound here for the Vulcans. Needs to get it in. Just about does so. Able to find Brooks trailing his way back towards half court. Whitehead just trying to turn the corner that time. Peebles just jutting out his leg, just draws the blocking foul. Team 6. Peebles picks up his second. California 1 foul away from entering the bonus for the remainder of the half. Whitehead. Yeah, they're going to shoot it, and they've been able to knock it down. Cody driving into the lane. Peebles with the left-handed floater, no good. And a tip and a fight for, and the Vulcans able to grab the rebound. Whitehead in transition, stops at the free throw line. Two-pointer is good, and that's his shot, and he's able to knock that one down. 17-point lead for the Vulcans.
I think the entire game I've been muted. I'm not sure.
Hopefully that wasn't the case. It's a three-point attempt off the mark. And an offensive board by Easter, up and in. Another offensive rebound for the Golden Eagles, number 7 on the afternoon. Easter grabs his first basket of the game. I mean, if you were, maybe I'll just sound like I've
been talking to yourself.
Talking to himself, developing some early onset schizophrenia. The tip.
Our producer, Gary Smith, walks over and pushes the mute button and to the unmute position, so I'm like 90% sure that the entire first half nearly I was mute.
But hey, we got the entire second half
of
basketball to play.
That we do.
Whitehead to inbound, 15 on the shot clock for the Vulcans. Gets it into Polak. On the near side, looking to go to work. Polak handoff to Whitehead. 8 on the shot clock for the Vulcans. Nice crossover. Whitehead fading away. Shot is short. And DeShields tips it up and able to keep it in and pass it off to Whitehead. DeShields now three-pointer. Why not? Off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Hannah goes up with it this time. Off the mark. No good. And Hannah grabs his own rebound again and gets it to go. Some of that grit and grind, that effort by the Vulcans pays off, and Caden Hannah gets his first basket of the game.
That was the true definition of never backing down and never giving up. Able to just constantly get board after board and finally getting that shot to fall.
Yeah, 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in a row there. Now we're under a minute to go here in the first half. Peebles, three-pointer. Another one just airmailed off the mark. Polak all alone, and Hannah decides to hold up, pass it off to Whitehead and the Vulcans, just trying to slow things down here at the end of the half. And the entire Vulcan bench was screaming to pass it ahead to Polak, but California will take a timeout with 42 seconds remaining here in the first half, because the rule is if you don't take it, you lose it, so there's no point in not taking it. California stop the clock, up by 17, just trying to drop a decent play to get off one final good shot here at the end of the half.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more time on the clock than what the shot clock will allow, obviously, but definitely trying to get things sorted.
There's about a 18-second discrepancy between the shot clock and the game clock. California just outpacing Clarion offensively, both of them taking 33 shots in this half. California is able to knock down 16. Clarion only able to connect on 9. And California nearly 10 extra rebounds, 26 rebounds for the Vulcans compared to 15 for Clarion. And after the timeout, Vulcan basketball, 42 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Sorry about that. Still talking with our producer on how the fact that 90% of the first half I was muted. It is what it is, though.
Three-pointer from Whitehead off the mark, no good. The Golden Eagles just trying to slow things up here at the end of the first half. Cam Kearney, the hot hand here for the Golden Eagles. More than likely will be the one to let it fly here at the end of the first half. A foul called on the floor. Josiah Howe was trying to set a screen to create some space. And Eli Brooks just called for the foul on the floor. His second, the team's 5th. Shot clock now turned off. 13.2 seconds remaining here in the first half. Peebles gets it in to Kearney. Gets the switch onto the Shields. 8 seconds, Kearney. Looking to drive the lane. Falling down. Can't get it to go. 4 seconds, California now in possession. Whitehead, cross half court. Polak, deep three at the buzzer. Connects! Cam from downtown. And the Vulcans will run into the locker room with a 20-point lead. 46-26 the score. And we'll see you right here on the second half, right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center, where the Vulcans have a 20-point lead over the Golden Eagles, 46-26 after 20 minutes of play. John Sape, alongside me, my imaginary friend, Hunter Garman, finally back from eating his dinner. Hunter, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Been here the whole time, but my mic's been muted for 90% of the first half. So, I mean, it happens. Things happen. We live, we learn, we laugh, we love, that kind of stuff.
We live, we learn, we laugh, we love, and we win here in the Convocation Center. The Vulcans with a sizable lead after the first half of play, and on the back of their backcourt duo, Cam Polak and Donald Whitehead Jr., 16 and 15 points respectively, putting on a show here for the Vulcans.
Yeah, some real quick stats here. For the first half, the Clarion Golden Eagles shooting 9 of 34 from the field. It's 26.5%. 5 of 19 from the three-point arc. That's 26.3%, and 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. Sorry, that's 75%, obviously. For California, 17 of 35 from the field. That's 48.6%. 7 of 16 from 3. That's 43.8%, and 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. That's 83.3%.
Yeah, Cam Kearney in that half for the Golden Eagles, 15 points, 5 boards. If you take his shots and his points away, the rest of the Golden Eagles shooting 4 for 24 from the field. It has been the Cam Kearney experience here at the Convocation Center for the Golden Eagles. The rest of the team needs to step up in a big way in the second half, and they got possession of the ball to start half number 2. Cody in the lane, passed off. Nelson driving inside, pick and pop back up top. Cody for 3, off the mark. Offensive board by Kearney. Kearney fouled underneath, and he's going to make his way back to the line.
Who else would have made the rebound? Of course, it's Kearney. Pretty much the one-man show for the Golden Eagles this game so far.
Yeah, 4 offensive rebounds now for him, 6 in total. Kearney 3 for 4 for the line in the first half. This is where you got to cut into that lead if you're Clarion, just from the free throw line, able to knock down the first. $16 points now for Kearney. Can make it 17 here. Can cut the lead down to 18. The Vulcan band trying to get into his head once again, but unflappable mind makes both. Clarion starting to apply a little bit of full court pressure here. And a turnover as Buchanan can't quite pull in that pass from Whitehead. Nelson now on the near side. He's going to take the screen, switches on to Hannah. Kearney driving the lane, fouled again. Hits the deck. That one will go against Cam Polak, his second.
And Cam Kearney hit the deck there pretty hard. A little bit shaken up. Definitely for the Golden Eagles, not something you want to see your star player getting a little shaken up on the floor, but it looks like he got up, jogged to his spot, and looks like he's all good to go.
And some cam-on-cam crime there that time. Nelson to inbound. All the way back out to Howe. Finds Nelson. Returning back. Wide open and drains the 3. Whitehead looked like he lost him a little bit there. Good highlight play that time from Trey Nelson. His first basket. Hannah up on the other end. His shot no good. Grabs the rebound. Is able to reclaim it. Caden Hannah, his second basket of the game.
It looked like Donald Whitehead on that three-pointer was looking for some kind of foul, like an offensive push-off or something, but doesn't get it.
Easter into the lane, no good. Another offensive rebound blocked away by Alexander. Polak up front, trying a no-look pass, finding Hannah cutting towards the basket, but great recovery that time by Nelson to send that one out of bounds.
It was a good look by Polak to try and find Hannah, but Nelson right there able to knock it away.
Dolman Alexander, the PSAC West Defensive Athlete of the Week, and showing that defensive capability on that block on the other end of the court. Whitehead inbound, finds Alexander. Buchanan trying to get it to Whitehead, nearly gets it stolen away. Alexander was all alone underneath the basket. Hannah trying to go up and under, no good. Whitehead into the lane, draws the foul. And a bit of a scuffed offensive possession that time by the Vulcans. They'll be able to reset as Gavin Cody is going to pick up a foul.
Yeah, Coach Senk, I'm not exactly happy with that. As we said before, one of the most vocal coaches here in the PSAC.
Whitehead squares up, shoots the three, and connects. The Dawn with 18 points now and restores the 20-point cushion for California.
Dawn, again, one of those players that Clarion doesn't want to leave open too often as those three-pointers. He will take the shots if he has them, and more than likely will knock them down.
Good post defense that time from Alexander. The Vulcans in transition. Polak into the lane with the left hand, no good, and got knocked down to the floor. And I think everybody on California's side was looking for the whistle. Cam Kearney on the other end, no good. Offensive board nearly goes up into the hands of the Golden Eagles, but Buchanan is able to grab it for California. And the Golden Eagles continuing to play this press. Polak, open three ball, connects from the corner. 19 points for Cam Polak.
There he is, Cam Polak. Open shot, he will take those, and as we said before, he will more than likely knock that down.
5 for 7 from behind the arc in this one from Polak. The Vulcan sniper. Dow, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hanna. 11 rebounds now for Caden Hanna in this one. Just been a monster on the glass for California. Whitehead just slowing the tempo down a little bit here. 23-point lead for California. Hanna nearly gets it poked away by Kearney. Caden Hanna under a ton of pressure here. Passes off to Alexander. 9 on the shot clock for California. Buchanan contested three ball off the mark, but and a fight for the loose ball. It's going to end up in the hands of California. And a whistle blown, and finally a jump ball called. Will be California basketball as the possession error does favor them. The Vulcans can reset.
It's a good effort by both teams trying to fight for that basketball, as it looked like the initial rebound was botched, and both teams trying to fight for it, and results in a jump ball and California possession.
Whitehead to inbound, gets it into Hanna. Polak, jab step, pass off. Alexander, top of the key. Pass it off, shot fake inside Buchanan. Able to get by his defender, finds his spot, and Jordan Buchanan able to knock that one down.
So a nice step back jumper by Buchanan. Something we don't see too often from him, but something that he will do if he has to. Went up, it's good.
5 points from Buchanan now. Nelson back up top, conducting the Golden Eagle offense. Cody on the near side. Just trying to drive into the lane. Fouled once again. Polak's going to pick up his third foul. I think all three of them coming early on here in this second half. Actually, they're going to flag that one on to Caden Hanna. Will pick up his first. I think Polak maybe luckily getting away with that one, as Cody's going to make his way to the line. Cody, the red-shirted sophomore from Venetia, Pennsylvania, graduate of Peters Township High School, is able to knock down the first substitution. Traden Gray checks back into the game here for the Golden Eagles. Josiah Howe will make his way to the bench. 4 points now for Cody. Make it 5 as he connects on the second one. 23-point game, 56-33. Whitehead nearly sent that one out of bounds, and I think Coach Sankum would have flipped his lid, but the Vulcans able to escape the pressure. Buchanan into the lane and gets the roll to go. Jordan Buchanan with a chance for a three-point play.
That was one of those moments everyone's kind of on the edge of their seat, but gets the favorable roll there. Falls will get the chance for the three-point play. But it looks like it will be immediate timeout.
15:56 remaining here in the second half. California up by 25 points. We can take a look at the PSAC West standings again, and like we mentioned, kind of a log jam in the middle and towards the bottom. A lot of teams sitting in and around the same record, and like we talked about earlier, every win at this point of the season matters extremely, extremely much, and even though that's not very good grammar, the point still stands, and California
talked about. It may have been like we talked about, but may not have heard since Mike was muted first half. But they're so close that one win and one loss can definitely shake things up, and some team jumps or falls by 2, 3, maybe even 4 positions, depending on how stuff plays out.
California in fourth place, sitting behind Gannon, Slippery Rock, and Edinburgh. And the team directly below them, UPJ. There will be a face-off on Saturday at UPJ against the Mountain Cats.
at 3 p.m.
1 and 3 p.m. for the doubleheader on Saturday. You can catch it on the PSAC network. And like we talked about a couple of you're in for another fantastic matchup over the weekend. Unfortunately, CTV will not be able to make the drive out. Would have loved to have made it out there, but like we said earlier, semester just starting, a lot of stuff. Very busy start to the semester. And the Vulcans off to an electric start here to start the spring semester. Jordan Buchanan at the line, attempting to convert the 3-point play. Buchanan does so. 8 points now for him. The Vulcans with a 26-point lead, 59-33. Just under 16 to play in the second half. Deep three-pointer connects from Gavin Cody.
That was just a beautiful shot there.
He didn't even hesitate. Just it was a deep one, able to knock it down. Polak in response, unable to connect that time. A rare miss on the afternoon from Cam Polak. Cam Kearney, Euro step in the lane, pass out, pump fake. 3-ball from Cody, and he connects on back-to-back threes. Starting to heat up here. 11 points now for Cody. 20-point game now. And the Golden Eagles certainly putting up a fight, not out of it by any stretch. They can put on a bit of a run here. Polak nearly running out of room near the Vulcan bench, able to pass it off. Whitehead, near side jab step. Thought about taking it, decides to take it instead. Why not? 3-pointer too strong. Brought in by Gray.
California has to try and find something here as Clarion's starting to put together a little bit of a run to cut into their lead of what is now 20.
Kearney inside. Picks up his dribble, has to pass it off, finds Easter just outside. Cody off the screen, another 3-ball, connects 3 threes in a row from Gavin Cody. Just answering in kind. 14 points now for Gavin Cody.
With modern trends and modern sayings, if he's cooking, let him cook.
Whitehead driving baseline, trying to create some separation, pass off Buchanan. Alexander up top. Hannah, wing 3, that one short. California scoreless in their last couple of possessions down the court in transition. Cody, inside pass off. Kearney now trying to work inside. Passing it around the horn here is Clarion. Nelson on the drive inside off the glass and in. An 11-0 run, and California is going to take a timeout. The game cut down to 15, 59-44 the score, 13:53 remaining here in the second half. And Clarion starting to turn on the Jets offensively here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, 11-0 run in the last 2 minutes. California for the past 2 minutes has been scoreless, trying to find some kind of answer to get back into this game, extend their lead by so much.
As the Vulcan band starting to play again, just trying to rally the troops here for the Vulcans. And when we talked about at the beginning of the half, it was really the Cam Kearney show, and the rest of the team needed to step up, but Gavin Cody doing so in the last couple of minutes. 4 for 9 now from behind the arc, 14 points for him. For the Vulcans, I want to give a shout out. Caden Hanna, 4 points in this game, 12 rebounds as well. Just really just gobbling up everything on the glass here in this one. We talked about California scoreless in their last 2 minutes. Like you mentioned, Clarion on a 13-3 run in the last almost 3. If you're Coach Sankum, what kind of wisdom are you trying to instill here on the Vulcan bench, just trying to reset the minds here?
Right now, it looks like California came out of the half. I don't want to say too confident, but definitely looking to try and just make things, try and push the tempo. But right now, coach is probably telling them, calm down, get your heads back into the game, limit the threes, keep the ball out of Cody's hands, because right now, he's been hot. As you said, 4 for 9, and those last 3 makes were all in a row. So definitely trying to keep it out of his hands as much as possible.
Yeah, this second half, Clarion shooting 4 for 6 from behind the arc and continuing, to play this full court pressure as DeShields able to break it. Alexander brings it back out to Whitehead. And the Vulcans just slowly just trying to trickle the clock down here. Get some good quality offense going. Hannah pass it in. Alexander trying to slam it down. And gets pushed away by Gray, and Dahlman will make his way to the line. And I think that would have been the momentum dealer that the Vulcans needed to swing it back in their favor. He was able to connect on that slam.
I mean, even Dahlman trying to slam to begin with, I think, is a good bit of motivation for Cal, showing like, hey, you know, we're still in this. We're getting ready to pick things back up here.
Too strong on the first for Alexander. 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block here this afternoon for Dahlman. Second free throw attempt is good. 16-point game now, 60-44 the score, 13-28 and running in the second half. Nelson gets it to Kearney up top, guarded by Hannah. Kearney just trying, spinning into the lane, right-handed hook is good. 19 points now for Cam Kearney, and the pressure continues. Hannah back over to Shields. Vulcans able to make it past half court. Whitehead brings it back up top, finds Hannah. Up top to Whitehead again, driving in the lane, pass off Buchanan. Tough mid-range, 2, no good. And Alexander tried to get the putback slam, but couldn't quite pull it back in. Transition, Cody, another 3-ball is good. 17 points for Gavin Cody, who's been on a tear. An 11-point game, Clarion not going quietly into the night. To Shields. Able to draw the foul against Cody on the drive inside, and maybe can try to break up some of this Golden Eagle momentum.
Gavin Cody's just been absolutely hot-handed. I mean, 4 3-pointers in a row ever since he's had the ball. Definitely something that, as your Cal, you want to try and limit as much as you can, because that will truly and quickly tear into your lead.
It's already done so. 11-point game now. Whitehead in response. The 3-ball can't get the shooters rolled. Looked like it was going in, just rolled all around off the mark. Transition now here. Easter inside. Shot short. An offensive rebound almost brought in that time by Gray. So there was a bit of contact underneath the basket. Whitehead finds the Shields on the near side. Jabs that nice little crossover. Finds Alexander in the corner. Alexander losing the handle on it, and a turnover for the Vulcans. And that'll take us to another immediate timeout with 11:50 remaining here in the second half. California 60, Clarion 49, and the Golden Eagles in the rearview mirror of California here. Like we said, not going away. And while we have a second, take a look at the newest CUTV segment of getting to know the crew today. Our wonderful commentator, photographer, dear friend who painted me a picture during the winter break for Christmas, Mr. Nate Kurtz, and we take a look at some of his favorites. His favorite food, fried chicken. His favorite movie, Revenge of the Sith.
Good movie.
Like we talked about, is the objectively wrong favorite Star Wars movie. The Empire Strikes Back is better. Shout out Gary Smith and James Salvatore giving me the fist bumps there. Favorite sports team, Columbus Blue Jackets. Very sad day here for Mr. Nate Kurtz. And finally, favorite musician, Chet Baker, an absolute classic here. One of my favorites as well. As you can see, Mr. Kurtz on screen down there taking pictures on the sideline for the Vulcans. And while we have a second, make sure if you're not following us or subscribe to us on YouTube, make sure to scan that QR code and give us a subscribe, like all of our videos and all of our streams and stuff. Get us more exposure and make sure to follow along with everything here at CUTV that we do. But I love that little guy down there, Mr. Kurtz.
He's a good friend of ours. He's a good friend.
He's a good man. He's a good man. Like I said, he painted a picture of me for.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's me as a clown.
That's great.
For Christmas, and I gotta
you
figure out.
You gotta send me a picture of that or something. I want to see.
It's down in the studio right now.
Oh, it is. I'll have to go look at after.
Trying
to
decide if I want to hang it up down there or if I want to bring it back to my house and hang it up in my room. But either way, shout out Nate Kurtz, and back underway here in the Convocation Center, where Clarion clawing their way back here against California. Cody Finds Nelson. Kearney inside. The shield's on the floor. Kearney all alone. Turnaround jumper is good. And the run continues here for the Golden Eagles. As now they brought it back within single digits, 60-51. 21 points now for Cam Kearney. Whitehead finds Polak in the corner for three. California needs it, and they get it. The response, 22 now for Cam Polak. Double-digit lead restored for the Vulcans. And a double dribble called on the far side against Easter. Couple make on one end, turnover on the other end. California trying to get the balances back in their favor.
Yeah, hopefully looking on to capitalize on this turnover just to get some 2 back-to-back buckets and extend the lead back to, I mean, it's already back at double digits, but extend the lead a little bit further than like 10 or 11.
Yeah, make it more comfortable. Pick and roll. Alexander inside off the glass and in. Just has such long arms, able to just contort his body inside. A nice left-handed finish off the glass. 5 points now for Dahlman.
It was a nice subtle shooter's roll there, off the glass and in.
The hot hand Cody driving in the lane, gets it stripped away by Polak. Nice defense by the guard, but great recovery that time by Nelson. Picks his pockets. He's able to bring it past the timeline. Open 3 ball from Nelson off the mark. DeShields, the strong rebound. Whitehead able to get around the defender across the timeline now. Just over 10 minutes left to play here in the second half. Whitehead, the point guard maestro here for the Vulcans. 14 on the shot clock. Waiting for the rest of the team to make their movements here. Polak on the far side. Whitehead now driving into the lane with the right hand. Can't get the roll to go.
Just an unfortunate roll there. Definitely wanted to capitalize on that, but takes the unfortunate roll off the side.
Kearney with a strong drive to the lane and wanted the contact, nothing called, and furious. The lob up top to DeShields, can't quite connect, and Kearney now all alone on the other end. He's going to slam it home himself. And an end-to-end game here as Kearney is able to send that one down. 23 points now for Cam Kearney. A 12-point game now as California looking to slow the tempo up a little bit. Whitehead. Near side action. Whitehead trying to drive towards the baseline is fouled. Will remain on the floor. Traden Gray will pick up his 3rd. Team will pick up their 5th. Something maybe to keep an eye on down the stretch here as the Vulcans inching closer to the bonus. Kendon Peebles will check back into the game here for the Golden Eagles. Whitehead to inbound for California. He's able to get it into Polak underneath, trying to bully his way up, and he's able to finish off the glass. Nice run play by the Vulcans that time. 24 now for Polak as Peebles finds Gray wide open in the corner for 3, and that one's off the mark, and the Vulcans can count their lucky stars as that one didn't go in. In transition, Alexander slams it home and nearly brings the backboard down. That was a grown man's jam that time. The Vulcans at 69.
Jam City is open for business as Alexander would send that one home.
First three-pointer missed in this half by Cody. And Hannah grabs another rebound in this one. Give him 14 on the afternoon.
3 points and he's at a double-double. Actually, I lied 6. Forgot what number he was wearing.
Whitehead. Double team sent his way. Whitehead in the lane, off the glass, no good. Alexander offensive board. Trying to keep it himself. Turnaround, right hook, no good. The Golden Eagles escape. And great interception that time by DeShields. Polak. No look pass. Finds Whitehead in the corner for 3. And Whitehead connects. And the Vulcans taking the reins back. 19-point game. 21 for Whitehead. Cody. Peebles. Cody with the three-pointer connects from deep again. 20 points now for Cody. And the Golden Eagles are going to take a timeout. 7:32 remaining, 72-56 the score. California on a bit of a run after Clarion had a run of their own. Well, wait a second, we can shout out the Danny Sankum Show, like we talked about earlier, recorded every single week. Make sure to check that one out. Our sports info director, Matt Kiefer, and Coach Danny Sankum talk about all things Vulcan basketball.
As we said before, during the first half, Coach Sankum is a little bit of a double-edged sword in a sense of during the show he's very well spoken, mannered man, and then here as we've seen this game and just games in general, he's very, very vocal on the sideline when things either don't go his way or someone does something that he doesn't really like.
So just a phenomenal leader here for this Vulcan team. Coach Sankum in his 7th season at the helm, previously of Wheeling fame. And in this timeout, California able to push their lead back well within double digits, almost made it 20 at one point. 16-point lead now for Cal after Clarion brought it as close as 9 during their run, and 7:32 remaining. If you're Clarion, what are some keys that you as a team have to make if you want to close up this lead and potentially force it down to the wire here?
Well, you got 7 minutes left, and my main thing would be try and keep forcing it to your hot hands. I mean, Cody missed one, but he's been pretty much 4 for 5 on this half so far in three-pointers, and three-pointers are the best way that you can to try and cut your lead. But also, foul shots win games as well. Try and drive the net, try and draw out the fouls, and eventually with enough foul shooting, you'll be bringing your way back into the game in 7 minutes. Definitely plenty of time for anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, Gavin Cody 6 for 12 from behind the arc in this one. Substitution for the Vulcans, Asim Gunther, the 6'2 sophomore guard from West Philadelphia, checking in for the first time in this match here for California. Whitehead gets a break. Polak on the near side. Eli Brooks also checked into that game. Polak contested 3-ball. Won't connect, but Cam Polak draws the foul, and he'll head to the line to shoot 3. Nelson's going to pick up his 4th foul of the game, team 6 of the half. Polak well above 90% from the free throw line. Has a chance to add on with the game leading 24 points on the afternoon. His first free throw attempts of the game. Was able to knock down the first one. 25 points now for him. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Really just stuffing the stat sheet. He connects on the second. And the substitution, Justice Easter, come back into the game. Nelson heads to the bench as he, like we mentioned, has 4 fouls. Third attempt from Polak is up and in. 27 points now for Cam Polak. 19-point game here with 7:10 remaining in the second half. Cody cutting back door, can't get the layup to go. Nice pass from Hal that time to find him.
Yeah, the layup was a little bit too strong there off the glass and off the front of the iron. Definitely wanted a little softer.
Brooks at the top of the key, finds the Shields on the far side wing. Has some space, takes the three-pointer. Rims in and out, no good. Peebles now into the lane, has the lane, can't get the slam to go. And if it wasn't for the foul from Alexander, that would have been just the nastiest poster we've seen in a while. And Kendon Peebles robbed of a highlight reel play there, but he'll head to the line.
It was great defense there by Alexander. I mean, pretty much at that point, all you can do, just try and get up there and cause as much interruption as you can.
A shot blocker like Alexander is willing to take that risk every time as Peebles connects on the first. I believe last week in his Defensive Player of the Week accolade, averaged well over 3 blocks a game in that stretch as Peebles knocks down both. Clarion continuing this full court pressure here. Gunther inbounds. Polak in the corner. And the Vulcans just looking to break things up here. Polak finds Brooks across. Nice jump pass. Finds Gunther. Mid-range 2, no good, and fouled. And Peebles just at the free throw line is going to send Gunther to the line. And the Vulcans now in the bonus the rest of the way. Gunther, the sophomore, graduate of Abington Friends High School, able to knock down the first. His first points of the game. Saw a ton of minutes during that winter stretch, but with the return of Whitehead, has filled a more tertiary role here for the Vulcans. Still playing some solid minutes here for California as he knocks down both. California bring it back to 19 points here. 6:25 remaining in the second half. If Clarion want to have a say at the end of this game, they got to start on a run now, and that'll get them going. Josiah Dow with a three-pointer. Polak past the timeline here with Whitehead out. Polak now in charge of the Vulcan offense. Alexander on the far side wing finds Polak up top. Inside pass off to Shields, wide open in the corner for three. That one inaccurate, rebounded by Cody. Eastern now driving the lane, high off the glass and in over the outstretched Alexander. 2 touchdown game now, 77-63.
Two touchdown?
Hey, my math's correct.
It is.
Polak in the corner, repositions, 3-ball, connects again, and that's 30 for Polak in this one. 7 for 10 from behind the arc. Just lights out for performance from Cam Polak. Peebles able to create some space. The long 2 is good. 7 points now for Peebles. Gunther under some pressure, finds Polak driving inside, Euro step, dump off. Brooks inside, just trying to find an option to pass it to. Polak wide open for 3, and he's not going to miss, is he? 33 from number 1 for California, and the Vulcans up by 18 once again. And another charge taken, and it's Eli Brooks taking it again. The elbow that time swung by Dow.
It's just a great effort. Again, when you're those post players, you got to be willing to stand in there, get your feet set, take that charge, draw out the contact, and get your team back the ball.
The team's 8th, and just got a note from our director. If Polak's able to continue rating threes, the school record for points in the game is 48 by Ray Green versus Lockhaven all the way back in the 1960s. A record that's stood for well over, or almost 60 years at least. Polak could be on the precipice of breaking here if he's able to continue this hot streak, but the Vulcans turned the ball over in the corners to Shields, tried to pass that one off. Easter dumps it inside. Kearney, it's contested 2. Can't get it to go, but able to grab his own board, and finally draws the foul up against Alexander, who'll pick up his 4th. Cam Kearney will make his way back to the line.
It's unfortunate for California. Alexander now has to truly watch himself as he is sitting on 4 fouls, and it looks like a sub is coming in for him so he can take a breather.
Yeah, Buchanan in the wings here for California. Kearney at a little bit of a quieter second half, but still 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists in this match. Has been the real offensive engine in this game for the Golden Eagles, as he unable to make the first. Nelson will check back into the game here for Clarion. Buchanan for the Vulcans. Nelson on 4 fouls comes back into the game. Alexander with 4 fouls will check out. Kearney connects with the second. 24 points now for him. 17-point game. Whitehead brought back in, and under some pressure in the corner there as the Golden Eagles continue this full court press. Polak back over to Whitehead. Finds Hannah. Cross-court pass to Polak. And they're able to bring it past the timeline here and break the pressure. Buchanan finds the Shields up top. Polak on the near side. Whitehead in the corner. Polak driving baseline, up, under, and in. Cam Polak with 35.
Slowly creeping his way up to that magical number, but still good bit of game left to be played.
Nelson in the lane, right-handed floater off the glass, no good. And a fight for the loose ball ends up in the hands of Polak, who collects himself rebound number 5. Just over 3 minutes left to play here in the second half. California up by 19 as they were able to fend off the ferocious wave by the Golden Eagles. Polak finds Hannah. Three-pointer up top is good, and Caden Hannah just straight away 3. 7 points now for him.
You know it's a clean three-pointer when the net hardly moves.
Cody with a nice finish off the glass, just high off of it, just trying to get away from the Vulcan defender. 22 points now for Cody, who's had a monster second half for Clarion, but just seems like it won't be enough here in this one. Polak finds Whitehead, brings it back up top. Hannah pump fake over to Whitehead, takes the screen inside. Whitehead from the free throw line connects, and the Dawn has 23. Kearney in the post. Back up top to Dow. Kearney now, nice spin move inside. Right-handed hook is good. Nice strong bucket that time from Cam Kearney.
Just nice strong movement by Kearney, able to just force his way underneath and get the bucket.
And the Vulcans easily able to break the press here. To Shields in possession, over to Buchanan. Shields up top. Looking for an option, finds Buchanan once again on the far side. Whitehead, corner 3 ball, no good. And the rebound off of Justice Easter and out of bounds will be California ball after this media timeout with 1:41 remaining. California 90, Clarion 70. 1:41 remaining here in regulation time. While we have a second, if you're not following the Cal Vulcans on social media platforms, make sure you do so. Cal Vulcans on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, whatever. Not TikTok anymore, as that one's going away, but make sure to follow the Cal Vulcans on all social media sites to keep up to date with everything Vulcan athletics related.
And shout out our good friend Matthew Kiefer, our sports information person here. All the stats that we see, all the stats that we can get on our computers, all done by our good friend Matt Kiefer. Good, big shout out, big friend of ours at CUTV.
Shout out Matt Kiefer. Shout out Luca Kiefer, the son of Matthew. One of 2 sons, the other one being Nate Kurtz, Matt Jr. down on the sideline here. California, like we talked about, Clarion cut it down to as close as 9 points in that half. Really just were able to knock down three-pointer after three-pointer, and looked like it was going to be a real nail biter down the stretch here, but California comfortable is able to like I said, reclaim the reins and able to steer the carriage back onto the road in California. Sailing now will be 3 wins on the bounce.
Yeah, some would say this is definitely a good time to play Sweet Caroline from the band.
Yeah, like I said, it looked maybe been a little preemptive in that first half, but the band now going along with the way the wind takes them and the Vulcan momentum, leading them towards this victory here against the Golden Eagles. 90-70, 1:41 remaining. It will be Vulcan basketball after the media timeout. And Polak will check out of the game, and I think that will be his night. And what a night it has been. 35 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a new career high for Cam Polak. We've said that a couple times the last few games. He's been on a tear. And Whitehead and the Vulcans slowing things down, taking time off the clock here. Hannah getting double teamed, getting stripped from behind by Kearney. Kearney now inside, spin move, no good, but fouled. Cam Kearney will make his way back to the line, and don't want to not give Kearney his flowers. He's had a phenomenal afternoon here. 26 points for him to go along with 8 rebounds. He's really been a factor here in this one, but the rest of the team unable to pull their weight here for the Golden Eagles in this one.
Yeah, definitely Kearney's been able to just kind of hang in there, be everywhere, seemingly everywhere at once, but Fortunately, it looks like looking like they're going to fall a little bit short of their ultimate goal of coming here and getting the victory.
28 points now for him. Hasn't even checked out of the game. Has played the full 38 so far. DeShields and the Vulcans able to evade the pressure once again. California looking to just cross their T's, dot their I's down the stretch here. And we're now under a minute remaining here in the Convocation Center. Whitehead, 5 on the shot clock, three-pointer for the Dawn. No good, and another fight for the rebound will go off of the Golden Eagles California basketball, and that'll just about do it here as DeShields to inbound. Whitehead near the center circle here for the Vulcans. So they're going to take a 3-game winning streak into Saturday's matchup against UPJ. Another well-touted matchup. One with two teams very close in the standings once again. 1 second on the shot clock. Whitehead somehow gets it off, but that one not even the same stratosphere. Hits off the shot clock out of bounds. Shot clock now turned off. I think Whitehead knocked that one off with that 3-ball. Nelson. 3-pointer. Why not? Off the mark, no good, and a rebound attempt ends up in the hands and scored by Kearney. That's 30 points now for him. And that'll do it here. The Vulcans bring it past half court. Eli Brooks in possession. Whitehead spinning back out, and that'll do it here from the Convocation Center. The Vulcans claim another victory. Connor, any final words?
It's just been a great game for both of these teams. I mean, Keith Palak having himself a career. Keith Palak, why do I keep saying that? Cam Pollock, having a career night, 35 points on the night, and obviously we got to give credit to Kearney at 30 points himself. So both these teams having players with excellent nights. Overall, it's been a great game here at the Convo.
The Vulcans with 3 wins on the bounce. Your final score: California 90, Clarion 74. From everyone here at CUTV, from our producers, Mr. James Salvatore and Gary Smith. My name is Jonathan Sate. For my broadcast partner, Hunter Garman. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you all next time right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. And as always, good night, California.